This lighting here is a little funky, but hey, it is what it is. Y'all can see me. I can see y'all. Okay. Where do I want to begin? I truly hope this episode um, showed everybody exactly who Ashley Darby is. Mind you, Ashley Darby is great for reality television. She's good for my kind of work. And she did her job. She did what was asked of her to do. She did that, and then some. But in real life, and in their world of reality television, it's not cool. It's definitely not cool. And for all those people who think that Candiace is so much worse than Ashley, I truly hope that y'all see what was given on this episode. But, some people are not. So, Candiace may be wrong many times. She is wrong many times. She may be the loudest person in the room. But she is not the most devious person in the room. She is not the most sneaky person in the room. She is not the most calculated person in the room. Those people are definitely Ashley Darby and Gizelle Lax Bryant. Thanks to good old Wendy. Before I get into this review, there was people online that was saying that Wendy's reaction, like that she was shunning Monique for the same thing, the same way that Wendy was reacting on this episode, she was shunning Monique for the same behavior. And I had to sit back and think about it. I was like, I can kind of see where that's coming from. Their reactions are the same. The anger is the same. A lot of the same words are used. But it's not the same situation. Monique, yes. A part of the reason why she fought Candiace was because of the things that was happening, that was going on behind the scenes that they never showed on TV. About the fact that they were saying that her youngest son is not by her husband and et cetera, et cetera. But A, Candiace did not start that rumor. She did talk about it, but she did not start that rumor. And B, she was also mad at Candiace about the whole Charisse thing. And, Monique said out of her own mouth, everything exploded in that moment. Yes, she was mad at Candiace, but she was mad at a lot of different things that wasn't going her way at the time. Or a lot of things that did not happen that she would have hoped happen. And so it was a lot, and she chose Candiace to hit. Now, look, I completely understand why that situation happened. Like I've said before, I feel how I feel about the situation, but I do see that how the situation happened. I'm not no big fan of Candiace and all that kind of stuff. I'm really not no big fan of anybody on the show besides Karen. And I'm starting to like Wendy a lot more, than last season. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And those two situations are similar in a sense, but not really. They are completely different. So anyway, I just wanted to clear that out. How did it start? So it started with the ladies are getting ready to eat breakfast. The food looked amazing. Whoever the chefs is just cooking all the food for these ladies. Lord, I'm gonna have to reach out to them because the food looked bomb. You hear me? But anyway, we have the ladies that's in the cottage in the smaller home, which is Wendy, Karen, and Ascala. They are trying to get to the home by a little scooter, a little golf cart. And they can't figure out how to work it and stuff, and it was funny. But anyway, they finally got there. Mia told Gizelle that Karen told her that she was offended and upset about what she said about her. Gizelle did not give a damn. She said, good, I'm glad that Karen was offended and upset. Y'all know Gizelle. So the ladies finally arrived. Wendy had on this bomb-ass bathing suit, this brown bathing suit. She looked great. And, she took Karen's advice. It was just like, yo, I'm not going to tone down my look for Gizelle. Forget her. And she's absolutely right in that. So, they was talking, you know, random talk, whatever. So then all of a sudden, Gizelle, she pulls Robyn off to the side. They wanted to go upstairs to talk and took their food. The scholars talking about, oh, remember they're going to talk about the synchronized swimming. I was like, girl, it was cute. I think she just said that to be funny. Karen brought up the fact that she did not like how Gizelle was questioning Candiace and her marriage and stuff. And Candiace was just like, I've just come to accept the fact that Gizelle lacks coof and just everything else. And so fashion and a man and substance and all, everything that Gizelle says about other people is really about her. But she's not going to see that because it's going to take a therapist probably to bring that out. She's probably still going to tell the therapist to kiss my ass. Ain't nothing wrong with me. So, she goes up there. Her and Robyn is upstairs talking. And Gizelle, she decides to pull Robyn off to the side because I guess she sees her friend going down a dangerous path of lack of motivation and depression and etc. So instead of having any kind of empathy or consoling her friend or allowing her friend to speak and leaving room for her friend to feel whatever she's feeling and to express it, to verbalize it, Gizelle goes in on her attack mode. Her tough love is the only kind of love that she knows how to give. Tough love is necessary at certain times, but in other times it's not. Because that's all that what Juan gives Robyn is tough love. We have been seeing it since season 1. That's all he gives Robyn is tough love or no love at all. So that's what Gizelle gave. She was just like, "What's wrong with you, girl?" And your bank account should be motivation enough for you to get up out the bed and act right. And I'm just like, wow, just those statements alone, you just have no clue what money. None of that has anything to do with anything. If you are depressed, and your material items or money or even your kids or parents or whatever you may have nothing to do with nothing. If you are mentally suffering, that has nothing to do with what you may have or what you don't have. She just don't get it. I'm like, wow. I just wonder, God forbid her daughters go through anything like this, how is she gonna react? Because she just don't know how to console people. She just don't know. I just wonder what all Gizelle has been through in her life, because she is so hardened. I gotta change my cup. It's a Christmas cup, as y'all can see. I had this cup forever. I gotta change my cup. I gotta get a Mariah cup or something. It's a good coffee. But anyway, yeah, just awful. Robyn also tells Gizelle that she has Macy's reaching out to her and TJ Maxx to sell her hats. I don't know if you can get in trouble for lying on television, but something's going to have to happen, or we're just going to have to see proof somehow or something, because I have not seen one hat yet. Have y'all? So I don't know. I don't know, but Robyn said that Macy's and TJ Maxx and all these people is reaching out to her. And yeah. So anyway, after that, let's see. The ladies did the synchronized swimming. It was a cute little moment. Gizelle says that swimming is the way that she keeps her body intact, and swimming is a good exercise for sure. I haven't swam in I don't know how long. I got to get back into swimming. I'm not the best swimmer, but I can do what I got to do to stay above water for the most part. But who knows, child? I ain't been swimming in so many, child. I might just sink to the bottom, child. Who knows? But anyway, um, so the lady started synchronized swimming, and they started talking, and it was cute. Then all of a sudden, we see leopard flats and hair that's blown out but not straightened, and we noticed that it was Ashley. I said, Lord, here we go. Ashley came in, once again, she wasn't invited. I never see myself coming on a trip I'm not invited to. If we are if I'm friends with somebody that don't invite me somewhere, or if we have mutual friends, let's say it's a friend circle, but there's a person that's having a party, but I'm not the closest to that person. But anyway, that person does not invite me or forgets to invite me, whatever. Whether you intentionally didn't invite me or unintentionally didn't invite me, I'm still not going. But that's just me. So shit, even if you invite me, I still might not go, depending on how I'm feeling, or what's the vibe, or who around, and what's the tea. Because I'm just not. I'm just in a place in my life where I just want to be as comfortable as I possibly can. I understand to get a certain place you have to be uncomfortable, and it's important to get outside of your comfort zone. But in my personal life, I feel like you should spend it around people that love you unconditionally, that you don't have to guess whether they even like you or not. And so I'm just not interested. If a person that I really care about wants me to be somewhere, I'm there. I'll be there. But other than that, nah. Oh, such and such coming. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll catch you next time. But I don't know. Work is one thing, but in your personal life, it's just, life is too short. These days are short, child. Spend it around people that you like. But anyway, what was I talking about? So Ashley came in and started talking. So Karen started giving Ashley the 411 on Gizelle, how she went around the room, read everybody, started with Candiace, went to Robyn, then went to Wendy. And Gizelle, that just doesn't sound like my friend. I mean, Ashley, that just doesn't sound like my friend. And I'm just like, wasn't Gizelle and Robyn the same two people that came to your restaurant to beat your ass, Ashley? But Gizelle going around the room reading everybody, like Tamar Braxton did on season 1 of Braxton Family Values, when she read out her sisters. You got a computer geek. You got a man that she don't lie. Y'all remember all that? And this lady came to your restaurant to beat your ass, Ashley. But you don't think that Gizelle is capable of please. It's just funny. It's funny. So after that, Ashley and Gizelle, they went to go have a conversation. They was talking about the whole Wendy thing, how they both agreed that she's different and something's up. They talked about the Eddie rumors of him possibly cheating on Wendy. And Ashley was told by Karen that Wendy's feelings was hurt, that she cried about what Gizelle said. Gizelle took no accountability. Oh, that had nothing to do with me. That's something inside her. Just a bitch. Just straight up, just God. So, they both were sitting there talking. I was like, well, should we bring it up to her? It was like, yeah, we should bring it up at lunch. Both of them agreed that they should both bring it up at lunch about the whole, Wendy changing, and the whole Wendy possibly, no, they said that later on, but they both agreed then that they would bring up the Eddie cheating rumors. They both agreed then. So then they went to lunch, and that's when the shit hit the fan. Mia and her stiff face jumped in, and I like Mia. I still like Mia, but Mia definitely flip-flops. Mia definitely is on one side 1 minute, and then 30 seconds later she on the other side. So she's just getting in where she fits in. She's making her comments. She's trying to make her stance so that she can move on to the next season. She's a new girl. I get it. But I hope that works out for you, sis. because the way you trying to be in the middle and be on both sides, and everybody could easily turn on you at some point. So hopefully it works out for you, Mia. But so we get to the luncheon. Gizelle, well, Wendy, do we have a problem? Wendy was like, well, I just appreciate the fact that you said that I had no substance this year, and you pretty much telling me to cover up and body shaming me, Ashley. That was not said. I can't believe you're saying that. All we're saying is that you're different and whoop to whoop. Ashley, why are you even speaking? Like Candiace said, you and your forehead and your milk. Why are you even speaking? You just got there. I can't. Then here comes Robyn coming around looking like a white woman with braids. Come around the corner, always jumping in, defending Gizelle. When nobody even talking to her ass either. And I'm just like, oh, God. It got on my nerves at table scene. Then Gizelle, oh, well, I'm just not going to say nothing. I'm just not going to say. Do that. Just don't say nothing. Because every time you have something to say, it's messed up. So just don't say nothing. Period. Child, was a mess. It was a mess. I wish more people stood up, because Candiace was reading in her confessionals. I wish she stood up and actually said that out loud. But I do kind of understand Candiace, like, look, this is my trip, and I don't want to get in the middle of this. And, Candiace can breathe this season and next season, to be honest, if she's on the show. She's had enough. She's had her time in the spotlight, Candiace. But the season was pretty much all about her, so we're gonna sit back and let her chill this season. I get it. Because we ain't gonna never forget that fight, ever. So, after that, Gizelle and Ashley gets up, and once again, after having that, they was like, oh, she's so defensive and whoop to whoop. They still thought it was funny. They still rubbing it in. They still even then decides to continue to push Wendy even further. So we get to the wine tasting, whiskey tasting. And, Robyn, she's chugging all her alcohol up, standing up, popping her bones, popping that back out. No ass back, bones back, straight back, board, man. And this is when Ashley, she decides to take Wendy outside to have a conversation with her, because both her and Gizelle feel like, oh, Wendy would take the conversation about her husband possibly cheating on her better if it came from Ashley. Because, Ashley gets cheating rumors about her husband, real life cheating rumors about her husband often. So she feels like Wendy would have the same reaction, and that could possibly bring her and Wendy even closer. I see. So Ashley brought her ass out there to talk to Wendy. Went straight to the point. Well, the blogs are saying that allegedly, Gizelle told me actually, that they say allegedly your husband is cheating on you. And, we immediately said that, and we know that's not true. And Wendy was like, hold up. Why are you the person that's telling me this? Why are you the person? Why are you the guinea pig? Why is Gizelle using you to tell me this? Like, she could have told me this. She could have told me this last night. She was like, I fully believe that both of y'all are sitting around laughing, kikiing. Ashley, no, that's not the case. That's not the case. And Wendy was like, okay, I got you. It's good, but let's go. When it goes back in there, she questioned all them hoes. She was just like, so who was the one that heard something about my husband on the blogs? Was it you? Was it you? Was it you? She was reading. Everybody was like, no, absolutely not. Gizelle ain't said a word, sitting there drinking her little cocktail. Wendy was like, first of all, don't ever tarnish my husband's name. Don't you ever bring up my husband in any kind of capacity. Which is, why are you looking at me? Because it was your ass that was out there kikiing with Ashley. Gizelle, you told her what I said? As if this wasn't even planned. As if they didn't plan this ahead of time, Gizelle and Ashley. I can't. So, she was like, Wendy was like, look, you got one more time. I will mop the floor with your ass. Don't you ever bring up my husband. And she was like, everything that anybody has ever said about you was true. Because Wendy has revealed that many people told her about how Gizelle is and to watch Gizelle. She didn't necessarily take heed to it, but now she see. Sometimes it takes for you to see stuff your own self, for you to, believe, what other people got to say. I can let one person slide with them saying something bad about somebody that I'm suddenly close to. But if everybody's saying it, if it's at least three people that saying the same thing about a person, you better listen. Okay? What Sister Act 2 taught us? If you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. Pay attention, child. I'm trying to tell you. So, Gizelle was just like, and I don't care. And she was like, the life that you're living now, the no man, the techie house, the no fashions, the lack of friends, the lack of, it just lacks of heartless, cold, ugly. But Gizelle probably been mean to people for years, way before the show. Just all that stuff. That is exactly God paying you back for all the shit you done did. I said, ooh. That was a word. That was a word. Ashley decides to get up. She was like, well, my job is done. Ashley took her forehead and her milk and her blown out hair and her leopard skinned flats and got up out the damn place. Ashley said, well, hell, I done did my job. See y'all around here. This is getting ready to get heated. I don't want her to beat my ass. Hell, I'm still recovering. Ashley got up and left. Candiace followed her. She was like, so what was the motivation behind that, sis? Like, who are you? How can you do this to somebody? And she was just like, no, it wasn't even like that. Like, I ain't even mean no harm by that. And Candiace was like, I have never brought no BS like this to you. No, but you fed it, though. You fed it and whoop to whoop. First of all, we didn't even see Ashley speak to Candiace when she came in. But you on her trip. Listen, whether you like a person or not, you got to show some kind of respect. You should be glad that Candiace didn't kick your ass out of there. Because I probably would put you off my trip. I didn't invite you for a reason. I didn't forget to invite you. I didn't invite you for a reason. One thing I do want to talk about before I end this review. Karen says that Ashley asked Karen, will her and Gizelle ever come to a resolution? She was just like, oh, well, she owes my kids an apology, Karen. Karen, no, she don't. Gizelle don't owe your kids no apology. First of all, your kids are your kids, but your kids are grown, good and grown. She don't owe your kids no apology. They weren't hurt by that shit. You just don't like Gizelle, and that's okay, because we don't like her either. That's fine. Just say that. Just say that I don't like you. I ain't gonna never like you. I ain't gonna never rock with you like that. And that's it. We co-workers, but I ain't gonna ever in life fool with you like that. Because I doubt even if Gizelle did apologize to her kids that everything would just be erased. All their bad history. I doubt it. And if it is, then Karen, I gotta look at you sideways. Giselle's just done too much stuff. It has nothing to do with your kids. She's awful. She's been extremely awful to you. She's been awful to everybody. Even if Gizelle and you have never had an issue before, the fact that you can look and see how she treats other people is a good of enough reason to not fool with her. At least for me. I don't know, child. But Dr. Wendy say class is officially in session. Ooh. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at Kingsworld on Instagram and Twitter, at Kingsworld89 on Snapchat, Chase King on Facebook, Mr. Chalaki on Cash App and PayPal. And as always, run me my money, I'll run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black, stay tuned. I'll see you guys later. And also answer in the comment section. Do y'all feel like I guess Wendy is a bit of a hypocrite for her reaction to Monique last season, and do y'all feel like there's some valid points that was made in what I was talking about earlier? Um, because I see it, but not really. I think that's just two different situations. The Monique and Candiace situation, and all that. Besides Gizelle and Robyn, they just didn't like Monique and don't like themselves really. So they're just awful. We're not talking about them, but yeah. Do y'all feel like it's I don't know. This situation versus the Monique situation, I just feel like it's different. We all agreed that Wendy was doing the most and she was doing extra. She should have stayed out of it, seeing as how it was her first season. She could have gave her a comment, but her rubbing it in and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, at the same time, she was just doing what a lot of these ladies do. If you got a friend on the show, you gonna ride for your friend. And Candiace brought her into the show. She was the closest person to her at the time. So I don't know how close they is now, especially since she put her ass over there in the cottage. But yeah, I don't know. Let's talk about it. This video long enough. I love you guys.